Hi everyone, this is Jason from Weekend RV Adventures, and we're on our way into the 2018 Ohio RV SuperShow. The Ohio RV SuperShow takes place at the IX Center in Cleveland, Ohio. If you've never heard of the IX Center, it sits right next to the Cleveland Airport and has about 2.2 million square feet of floor space, making it the 9th largest convention center in the world. This year's RV show was packed from wall to wall with RVs and accessories. This year's show was also packed with people. It was the most crowded RV show I've been to at the IX Center, and that made it slightly difficult to record video inside some of the RVs. We'll take a look today at some of the RVs that I thought were unique, and we'll also take a look at some of the features and accessories that stood out to me. When you entered this year's show, they highlighted some vintage style RVs like this cruiser model by Gulfstream. There was plenty of technology at this year's RV show, with LED lights all over the place and flat panel TVs in every RV. Some RVs had 2 or 3 flat panel TVs. This RV had LED lighting under the cabinets and as a backlight behind the TV in the living room. Another had an LED ring around the sink bowl to illuminate the sink at night. USB chargers were also in many of the RVs, with this one featuring USB chargers in the cup holders, while others had them on the walls. Some even had wireless charging pads built into the tables. Backup cameras were also in many of the RVs, and some that didn't have the backup cameras were pre-wired at the factory, so one could be installed later. For those of you traveling with families, let's take a look at a couple large bunkhouse fifth wheels that I know my family liked. The first one is a Sandpiper 383 RBLOK. Again, you can see the LED lighting, a residential style sink, large flat panel TV on the counter, and this one had a great bunkhouse in the back. The fireplace and sound bar don't hurt to give you all the comforts of home, but that monthly payment may put a little dent in your wallet. This had a loft overhead, the bunk and couch, and a bathroom in the back. Here's another bunkhouse model, and this one's a mouthful. It's the Mesa Ridge MF 374 BHS by Highland Ridge. This bunkhouse model had a queen bed in the front with a nice sized closet. I also liked the unique styling on the doors. The extra trim gave it a little bit higher end feel. You'll notice there was no separate dinette in this model. It had a large couch with 2 tables that could be put in when needed for dining, or that can be removed to give you a nice open living room area. You can see the flat panel and the sound bar above it, again highlighting the technology that was in many of this year's RVs. You can see my daughter's back here picking out her bunk, and my son up above on the other bunk. Again, this model had a couch in the bunkhouse and a separate bathroom for the bunkhouse. Now I'll show you some of the accessories I liked from this year's show. The first is the toy lock by Lippert Components Incorporated. The toy lock mounts right to the frame of an RV and allows you to tie up your bike, grill, generator, whatever you want to keep secure so that it doesn't walk off while you're away or sleeping at night. Next was the new Anderson hitch ball funnel. I use the Anderson hitch on my fifth wheel, and the new improved ball funnel looks like it would help even more if you're misaligned. The jacket bike rack by LCI was also a nice feature. as well as the solid steps by LCI and MORRIDE's equivalent model, the step above. You can see the solid steps on this Sunset Trail model. Going in and out on the solid steps was a night and day difference compared to your traditional RV steps. They were much more sturdy. You felt no bouncing, and the RV didn't shake as you came in and out either. This Sunset Trail travel trailer was full of features, just like the larger fifth wheels we saw earlier. One nice feature of the Sunset Trail was that window on the front wall. If you're looking for something smaller, they had that for you at this year's show too. Models like this Flagstaff E-Pro 14 FK had many of the features of the larger RVs, but in a smaller package and with a smaller price. The show price on this model was $12,000, about 1/4 of the larger RVs. This model also had the Lippert solid steps. If the Flagstaff E-Pro is still too big for you, maybe one of these next models would be better. The first is the Luna. This model features a rear kitchen that opens up with a cooler, microwave, stove, and sink. And then when you come around to the interior, has a small table with 2 side tables, a TV in the front, heat and air conditioning, and some mats on the floor. The next is the NuCamp Tag XL. Like the Luna, the kitchen's in the rear, and the interior doesn't have a whole lot to it. Again, the floor is covered with mats that look like you could flip them up into a chair configuration or leave them laid out for a bed. And you also have a radio, air conditioner, and TV. These models you could tow with just about anything with a hitch on it, so if you're towing with a car or minivan, this might be the thing for you. Lastly, we'll take a look at a Viking Legend. Not quite a pop-up, this hard side A-frame style camper still features a dinette, a bed, kitchen, and when folded up is only about 4 feet tall. I saved the smallest and most unique RV for last, and that's the SylvanSport Go. This little trailer looks more like a cargo carrier than a camper, but when opened up, has a tent top that features a large awning, 2 beds on the sides, and a table. This could be the perfect option for someone who wants a camper they could take anywhere, because you could pull this with anything, and you could easily move it around by hand once you arrive at your campsite. They claim it has several configurations, with the beds on either side as shown here, or it can make one large bed. If you check out my blog post, I've got some more information on this. The link to the blog post is in the description for this video down below. While you're at it, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. Now let's take a look at some large motorhomes that were at this year's show. The Isle of Motorhomes was packed full of people. which made it very difficult to take any pictures or videos. As you can see, my kids were checking this Class A out. They thought this would be a great one to take home. One cool thing we saw in the Class A's this year was this powered exterior storage lift. I don't know how useful it really is or how much you need it, but it was a pretty cool feature. One practical feature we saw on many of the Class A's was the front bunk that retracts up into the ceiling when not used. When you're at your campsite, it folds down to give you an extra bed. If the Class A's are too large for you, something like this Sunlight Van 2 may be perfect. This small Class B van could go just about anywhere. It's only 19 feet 6 inches long and has towing capacity of 4,927 pounds. It has everything you'd need, with 2 couches that can convert into a bed, a full kitchen, and is sitting on a Ram ProMaster van chassis. When you check out the back, there's a wet bath in the back, divided off by a curtain, that has a shower on one side with a toilet down below. The Van 2 would be the perfect option for 1 or 2 people to set out on a trip to see the country. The RV dealers were competing for your attention, with one giving away toilet paper in exchange for email addresses. In Camping World, entertaining the kids with carnival-style games and prizes. Any kid who competed in the games won a free prize. You can see, my children didn't go home empty-handed. One more bunkhouse model that really stood out to me was this Shadow Cruiser 289 RBS. It had a rear slide for the bunkhouse, which gives you a little more room once you're set up at camp, but doesn't take up any more space when towing, making it slightly more maneuverable. It still had 2 bunks in the back and a bathroom for the bunkhouse. Up in front, it had a more traditional layout with a couch, dinette, kitchen. The pass-through bathroom provides more space than an isolated bathroom off to the side, but offers less privacy. And then a queen bed in the front with a separate door to exit the RV from the master bedroom. Lastly, no trip to the IX Center would be complete without a ride on the indoor Ferris wheel. By the time we got off the Ferris wheel, the crowds had died down, and we were ready to go home too. If you'd like some more information on anything I saw at the 2018 Ohio RV SuperShow, click the link in the description below to my blog post, and you can find more there. If you enjoyed this video or found anything in it useful, please go ahead and click the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That'll help my channel grow and will help others to find the video. Again, this was Jason from Weekend RV Adventures. Thanks for watching.